He sounds like he's a tad under the weather, but I have a feeling he'll be just fine on Sunday. So he said earlier this week, Ninko, again, you were his teammate for a long time, that he can visualize what it's all going to be like. What is he visualizing?
Let me just close my eyes, and I'll be his visualized guy right now. Let me see you. I'm visualizing a bloodbath. That's what Tom wants to visualize. He wants to go out there, and he wants to throw 5, 6 touchdowns. He wants to set the record. He wants to do everything because it's Tom Brady, and he is the most competitive guy that you will ever play with or against. So, yes, of course, he's visualizing going out there and playing at a very high level. It's Tom Brady. He does it every week. So I'll visualize it for him.
So he's saying nice things. And interestingly, Rex, Bill Belichick has taken something of a jovial tone this week, by his standards anyway, with the media, and he has thrown bouquets at Brady and at Gronkowski. But you know him again. You went up against him more than any other coach ever. What do you think is going on behind closed doors with Bill?
Well, like Rob was talking about with Tom Brady being the ultimate competitor, so is Bill Belichick. All right, and I can tell you this. This, in my opinion, is the biggest regular season game in his history. He's looking at it that way privately. He'll never say it openly. Why? Because he allowed this to happen. He allowed Tom Brady to walk. And people would say, no, they offered him. No, they didn't. Man, are you kidding me? There's ways of letting people leave and whatever. What I do know, I love the fans' reaction right now because they're like, no, Belichick, gave him a fair contract, and Brady wanted to leave New England. That's not what happened, okay? I'm going to tell you this. Here's something the fans should remember, okay? No player has ever sacrificed more for his football team than Tom Brady. And I'm talking in the history of the NFL. Not just mentally, not just physically, but you know what? With his dang money, financially. This guy could have made $10 million a year more playing anywhere else. All right, so that's a sacrifice this guy made. And quite honestly, you let him walk out the door. So when Tom Brady comes back in, you're right. You're going to get everything he has. And Belichick, he knows it too. And he's a fighter. He's going to be training. He's going to be doing all that kind of stuff. He's going to give Brady everything he has. And at the end of the day, they're going to be like, no, it's just a normal game. No, it isn't.
Really, really excellent point. And Ryan Clark, let's make another one here, that sometimes a matchup like this and knowing how badly a teammate wants it, even if he won't say so publicly, actually inspires other players.
No, absolutely. I mean, we watched this with Ray Lewis as they went to the championship with the Baltimore Ravens. But when you're in the locker room and you know there's a personal beef, or you know there's some history between a player on your team and somebody else, that gets you invigorated. You want to go out and protect them. If I knew Troy or Ike or somebody had an issue with a guy on another team, I was hunting that dude the entire game too. And if you look at what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been this year, they've been kind of just going through the motions. And yes, they've won football games other than playing against the Los Angeles Rams, but we haven't seen that same Devin White. You haven't seen that same pass rush. You haven't seen that same Levante David, that same Leonard Fournette. And I think that all those guys show up this week. I think that all those guys understand that Tom can't say it. Tom just can't go out and do it by himself. But when we are on the field, see, that's the difference. Bill Belichick isn't on the field. Bill Belichick isn't rubbing elbows and rubbing shoulders and being close to those men each and every day. Matter of fact, from what it seems like, since Tom was able to leave New England and leave that relationship and take the dog Rob Gronkowski with him, none of the players feel that way about Bill too. But when that's your dude, that junk radiates through the locker room. And I believe that the rest of the players on the Tampa Bay team will be hyped up. They'll have a reason to play, and we'll see some of the playoff Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not this regular season group that we've seen thus far.
I feel a need to ask Ninko, does it work both ways? Like, will the players in the other locker room feel that way for their coach and understanding the importance of this game to him?
I think if you ask Judon, he's going to say, I'm ready to play Tom Brady. So, listen, we've blown this thing up to be only a Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady thing. The Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a team that are going to have to come together. And if you've been listening to all the media hype against Bill and Tom, you might be fed up. And I'm sure the Patriots defenders are a little bit like, listen, last time I checked, Bill's not putting a helmet on. He's not going to sack Tom Brady. So Judon, Kyle Vinoy, Hightower, those guys are going to have an opportunity to go against Tom Brady. And I personally wish I could rip all this stuff off right now, go put on a jersey and play against Tom Brady, because I would love to get after him a little bit, because he always had a red jersey on. I couldn't touch him. If you touched him, you got fined.
Graziano, how about the relationships involved here? At the end of the day, that's what this comes down to.
Well, look, I mean, you hear Belichick and Brady talk about their relationship, and I think they're being truthful on some level, right? Because when they look back at it, they're both going to have an appreciation for what they were able to accomplish together. I think that's true. But you also have two guys that are as good as anybody at taking the non-football stuff out and focusing on the football in an effort to win the game. You know, and you have a couple of guys on the flip side of that that are very good at finding the right kind of perceived slight to use as motivation. So you'll have, to the extent that there was any kind of ill will at the end of the Brady time in New England, I think, you know, each side will find a way to kind of use that to spur them on to the extent that they need it. But, you know, long term, I think that's a relationship that ends up fine. But I don't think you're going to see a lot of mushiness on Sunday night.
Very quickly, RC, when I asked that question to Ninko about whether that enthusiasm in the locker room applies to the other side as well, you were shaking your head vigorously. Why?
Well, just because the people that I've known that have been in New England Patriots locker room, they don't necessarily have that type of affection and affinity for Bill Belichick. They understand and respect who he is as a coach. They work for him, and they know that he's a guy that can get you to where you want to go as far as your career. But there isn't a closeness there. There isn't a relationship. There isn't a feeling that, you know what, me and this coach will be friends as my career ends. And I think that's a difference between where Tom Brady is as it pertains to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and where Bill Belichick is as it pertains to the New England Patriots.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.